On March 18, 2025, former President Donald Trump kept a long-standing promise. He ordered the release of a huge number of classified documents related to the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. The announcement, made at a ceremony at the Kennedy Center, shocked the nation and brought back interest in one of history's most enduring mysteries. Trump, known for his love of dramatic gestures, presented the release as a win for transparency and keeping his promise to the American people. This wasn't the first time JFK files had been declassified. Past administrations, including Trump's own, had released documents bit by bit over the years. However, this release was different. It was the biggest dump of JFK-related material yet, covering thousands of pages that had been kept secret for over 6 decades. The timing of the release, a few months after the 61st anniversary of Kennedy's assassination, didn't go unnoticed by observers. Some guessed that Trump, always a showman, was trying to take attention away from his own legal troubles. Others saw it as a real attempt to shed light on a dark chapter in American history. Whatever his reasons, Trump's decision to release the files was a turning point in the ongoing JFK assassination saga. It promised to provide new insights into the events leading up to that fateful day in Dallas and reignite the debate about what really happened on November 22, 1963. The sheer volume of documents released by the Trump administration was astonishing. More than 80,000 pages of material, many of them never before seen by the public, were uploaded to the National Archives website. The files included a mix of CIA and FBI reports, internal memos, transcripts of intercepted phone calls, and other sensitive material. The documents offered a glimpse into the inner workings of the US intelligence community after Kennedy's assassination. They revealed the intense pressure on investigators to find answers and the often chaotic nature of the initial investigation. The files also shed light on the government's efforts to monitor possible threats to Kennedy, both foreign and domestic. Among the most intriguing documents were those related to Lee Harvey Oswald, the man officially designated as Kennedy's killer. The files contain detailed accounts of Oswald's trips to Mexico City in the months leading up to the assassination, where he visited the Soviet and Cuban embassies. These trips, which had long been a source of speculation and conspiracy theories, took on new meaning in light of the newly released documents. The release of the JFK files was a major win for historians, journalists, and amateur sleuths alike. It provided a wealth of new material to examine and analyze, and it promised to keep researchers busy for years to come. However, the sheer volume of information was also overwhelming. It would take time and careful analysis to separate fact from fiction and to fully understand the implications of the newly released documents. Perhaps no aspect of the JFK assassination has generated as much intrigue and speculation as Lee Harvey Oswald's trip to Mexico City in the weeks leading up to the tragedy. The newly released documents provided tantalizing glimpses into Oswald's activities during that fateful trip, raising more questions than answers. Of particular interest were Oswald's visits to the Soviet and Cuban embassies, encounters shrouded in mystery and fueled by Cold War paranoia. The files revealed that US intelligence agencies were closely monitoring Oswald's movements and communications during his time in Mexico City. Transcripts of intercepted phone calls showed Oswald talking to people identified as Soviet and Cuban agents. The content of these conversations remained largely censored, citing national security concerns. The redactions only fueled speculation about what Oswald might have been discussing with foreign agents just weeks before he allegedly shot President Kennedy. While the newly released documents provided a more detailed picture of Oswald's activities in Mexico City, they did not definitively answer the question of whether he acted alone or as part of a larger conspiracy. However, the files provided fertile ground for future research and analysis. They offered new clues and avenues of inquiry for researchers seeking to unravel the mystery of Oswald's motives and connections. Section 4, challenging the lone gunman theory, doubts and speculations. The assassination of John F. Kennedy remains a subject of intense debate and scrutiny, with no shortage of alternative theories challenging the official narrative. For decades, a significant portion of the American public has harbored doubts about the Warren Commission's conclusion that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone in killing the president. The release of thousands of previously classified documents related to the assassination only intensified these doubts, providing new fodder for those who believe there is more to the story than the official version. Some researchers pointed to discrepancies in eyewitness accounts and inconsistencies in the forensic evidence as reasons to question the lone gunman theory. Others highlighted the CIA's alleged attempts to infiltrate and disrupt Cuban exile groups, suggesting a possible motive for the agency to want Kennedy silenced. The newly released documents, while not providing conclusive evidence of a conspiracy, contained enough tantalizing details to keep conspiracy theories alive. The fact that some documents remained redacted only fueled speculation about what the government might still be hiding. Section 5. Echoes of History: The Legacy of the JFK Assassination. The assassination of John F. Kennedy remains one of the most pivotal and tragic events in American history. It marked the end of an era of optimism and idealism, ushering in a period of social and political upheaval. The assassination also cast a long shadow over American politics and culture, fueling a climate of paranoia and distrust that persists to this day. The release of thousands of documents related to the assassination in 2025 demonstrated the enduring fascination with this event. Decades after Kennedy's death, Americans were still eager to learn more about the circumstances surrounding his assassination and grapple with its legacy. The JFK assassination continues to be a touchstone for discussions about gun violence, political violence, and the role of government transparency. It serves as a reminder of the fragility of democracy and the importance of vigilance in safeguarding democratic institutions. The release of the JFK files, while unlikely to put an end to speculation and debate, provided an opportunity for a new generation to engage with this pivotal chapter in American history.